24 for the season. When in doubt, call number 9, Sung Chul Kim will always answer it.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Pacific Pursuit, and welcome back to Ulsan, where in today's episode we have two games coming up. It's the return to the Asian Champions League, where we will face off in our group, which consists of three other teams. We're going to take a look. Barito, Putera, who are a Indonesian team. As you can see there, Sydney, once again, they were in our group last year, and Wuhan 3 times. As you can see, they're quite a good team who will have to come up against. So, looks like a good group, but this time we want to get through a bit more comfortably. If we take a look at the teams who are also in this competition, some familiar names, Vissel Kobe, the Brisbane Roar are there, Shanghai Port. We've also got Jeonbuk, who are in this competition, Seoul are here, Al Hilal, Al Ahly are there. We've got also Al Ittihad, Al Nasser. So some quite good teams in this competition, but we are also a very, very good team. If we're going to take a look what's been going on since last time round, so these, where was it? It was this game. Which one was it? Yeah, it was these two games here. We've had quite a few games. We finally lost a game. It was a game where it's one of them ones where we concede 2 goals early. I think this was another one here. Yeah, it was. We kind of concede 2 goals or a goal early. This time we couldn't come back against Pohang. If there was a team to break our record, it was obviously going to be Pohang, and after 30 games we were finally defeated. It was 20 wins, 10 draws before that, and just the 1 loss. So no invincible season, no invincible treble this year, but we're in a very good spot. As you can see, these top 3 teams here have been insane. We are 20 clear of Seoul. Jeonbuk are on 64, we've got Daegu on 65, and us on 73. So 8 points clear as it stands at the top of the league. We're also in to the FA Cup final, the Korean FA Cup final against Daegu once again, which may or may not be in tomorrow's episode. I think I'll show the second leg in tomorrow's episode, this time at home. And we want to get revenge on that Daegu team, so hopefully we can go and do that. But today we play against Barito, Putera, Sydney FC. In terms of other games, I mean, you can see the results there. We had a quarter-final against Gimpo FC, a win. Gimcheon in the semi-final, and lots of good results for us in there, which gets us to this first place position that we find ourselves in. We've had an interesting transfer window, that's just passed. It was weird, really. We've seen Minwoo Park leave us. He's gone over to Changchun in China, which just made no sense because our transfer window was closed, but he went over. It must have still been open. The release clause meant he left. I don't know why he'd want to leave. I don't know if Changchun they were in our group last year, I'm fairly certain. They're not even in the Champions League, so I don't know why he's gone there, but it's just crazy. And we've also got, very sadly, Fabrizio leaving us at the end of the season, as you can see there, in the new year, which is so annoying because I'd want to keep him. He's going to Kyoto in the J1 League, who, once again, I don't think Kyoto are in the Champions League. If we're going to take a look, no, they're not. So, once again, another weird decision. He did want to leave. That's probably why he's just forced his way out. So, he is leaving. There's no new contract as of yet for Ji Sung Gyom. I think he's leaving. Ji Sung Gyom is leaving. I didn't even know that either. So, Ji Sung Gyom is leaving on the 1st of January. It's a shame that he's going to be leaving, but once again, it's another one of those where I can't re-sign him because he's unhappy for absolutely no reason. What can we do? Is his levels dropping a little bit? I mean, his form is not looking the best. He's not scored in quite a while, been injured. Maybe 14 goals for the season, but not the same numbers that he's been putting up in the last 2. I don't know, maybe it is time to move him on, but we'll have to bring in some players. We have brought in some players, some free agents into the team. The first player we brought in, Jesus Vasquez, former Granada player there, as you can see. Overall, looking like a really good player on that left side. He gives us a lot of depth across the left wing position and the left back role for Melly and Kim Hun. And then also we brought in Emmanuel Ahmed. He comes in from is it Nigerian team? Yeah, Bendel Insurance there. As you can see, looks like a very, very good player. Still quite young, but already 31 caps for the Nigerian national team. A good player we've brought in there. But we have a lot of money to spend, as you can see, and I think we can go and make the adequate replacements. But if we can keep a lot of these players, the key players in this team, Jakey Shin, Jaebon Lee, Dongwon Lee in this team, Garcia in there. We can keep Sung Chul Kim. Then we make a few changes and we should be good to go. We've had to see players leave and prepare for players to leave before. It's just a shame losing, particularly Ji Sung Yom and Fabrizio will be leaving us. That is quite frustrating, but what can we do? We've had some injuries hit us and we've had to change the team, and it'll be similar when they leave. We just have to bring in the adequate replacements. Let's get straight into it. The first Champions League game of the day against Barito Putera. So the team for this game against Barito Putera starts with Park in goal. We got a backline of Meli, Lee, Fabrizio and Garcia, Jaebon Lee, Ahmed and Chen Zheng in the middle. We've got Kim Hun on the left, Tai Hwan Kim starting on the right and Sung Chul Kim up top. Kick-off here in Indonesia against an opposition who I'm not too familiar with, in Barito Putera. Hopefully they give us a good game, but hopefully we can pick up our first 3 points. We're obviously playing against Sydney in the second game, which will be interesting. Chen Zheng with an effort from range, but he's not able to convert. It'll be interesting, that Sydney game. And it's interesting because it feels like once again our plans are just being hampered. I feel like we're in a really good position at the moment, and can we make the adequate changes? I don't know. We might have Ji Sung Yom leaving us and we might have Fabrizio leaving us, but can we make, and we've had Min Woo Park leave us, some very key players in the team that have got to this position of an FA Cup final, first in the league with just the one loss all season. Can we go and do it without them? It will be tough. I think we need to make the changes now or never. We really need to get moving on, ideally to our next club, wherever it is, and I really just want to get this Champions League won, but it's frustrating. It really is frustrating that we can't go and keep them, and I don't know how we can't attract them, because they usually just get unhappy by something or want like a new challenge or whatever, and they just decide then that they don't want to stay. I mean, we've always played them and we've always given them good contracts, Fabrizio, Ji Sung Yeon, but it's never been enough for them. So I don't really know. It's a tough one in the middle here. Kim Hun with an effort. I mean, I don't know what happened. I think it deflected off one of the opposition's player there. As we check our group out, Sydney are winning in that game against Wuhan 3 Towns. That'll be a tough game. It will be a tough game against Wuhan 3 Towns, but I think we should be able to pick up a result when we play against them. We'll have to see. If we get 18 out of 18, that would be ideal, but whether or not we do, we have to see. We've not taken our chances so far in this game, and 18 out of 18 might be a threat in the early moments as 53 minutes goes in this game. Can we win this ball back, go and create some chances? Still time to go and get the goals in this game. Whether or not we do, though, is a different story. That's a bit of a mistake at the back, and now the opposition in behind, and that is poor at the back really. Dongwon Lee, you wouldn't expect it from him, and he concedes in this game. It's 1-0. Well, he doesn't concede, but we concede. I don't know how he's not tracked that ball, but it is 1-0 now in this game to the opposition, and we've had all the momentum. It just feels like whenever we come in the Champions League, it's just not clicking for us. Chen Zheng, can he win his header? He's not able to. Can we go and get an instant reply here? It's Tai Hwan Kim. Who will he go to? Can he pull it back? Maybe play the ball in. He does play the ball in. Back post, Sung Chul Kim, free header. 24 for the season. When in doubt, call number 9. Sung Chul Kim will always answer, and that is 1-1 here in this game. Now it's just a case of going and getting this game wrapped up, picking up a big 3 points, and that will be important in starting to build some momentum. The momentum is built nice and early. I'm just taking a look, by the way, at some of these players. We've got Rashford at Al Hilal at 33 years of age. He'll only be 33 in 2031. That's still could get back into his prime. Player I believe in quite heavily, and then Gabriel Jesus as well at Al Ittihad, as you can see there. Can we get a winning goal in this game? It's going to be frustrating if we don't. Really, it looks like we've been the far better team in terms of momentum, chances, but once again it just feels like we've fallen short in the Champions League if we don't come away with the result. Dong Min Kim in the middle there. I think we go and bring Tai Hwan Kim off, and we'll bring Park on. He's had quite a decent run of games. He has been playing a lot. Obviously we were saying about how he might leave us, but no, he has had a good run of form, and I think it makes sense to bring him on in the game like this. Gives us something different. Let's go and see what we can do in the final few moments of this game. Is there going to be a winning goal? It doesn't look like it, and the full time whistle's going to go. It's dropped points already. And the team for this game against Sydney, a 1-1 draw, and a bit of a break actually in the gap between these two games. 1-1 draw against Daegu it was. We have a parking goal backline of Meli, Lee, Fabrizio Garcia, Jakey Shin, Jaebon Lee, and Chen Zheng in the middle. We've got Kim Hon on the left, Ji Sung Yom on the right, and Sung Chul Kim up top. Kick off here in this game against Sydney at home today, so hopefully we do get the result. We have, I'd argue, a full strength team, close enough to a full strength team with the returns of Ji Sung Yom and Jakey Shin as well into the midfield. But obviously, as we know, some of these will be leaving us in this team. We have Ji Sung Yom and Fabrizio leaving, but the team's starting 11 is actually not bad if we can find adequate replacements for them. I think they're not centre back can be quite tough, but I think on the right wing we can definitely find a suitable replacement from somewhere. Obviously, other teams will be releasing their players, and also with it being we might be able to sign some free agents potentially with the summer window just closing. We might have a chance with some of them, but let's go and see what we can do in this game. A win here would take us a point clear of Sydney at the top of the table, and we would end the episode at the top. And then tomorrow it will be Sydney again and Daegu in the final of the FA Cup, and hopefully we can finally win that trophy and pick up our second here in South Korea. There's a ball in behind for Sung Chul Kim, but I think he's offside in the end. Anyway, good early chance from us though as 45 minutes goes in this game. There's the half-time whistle. We need to be better. It's just not clicked for us in the Champions League as of yet. Obviously we made that quarter-final in the first season, but since then it's just not gone down well for us, and I think we need to really improve, and it needs to come now sooner rather than later. I really would want to just get this job done here with Ulsan. As much as it's been enjoyable, I think it's been quite a tough, relentless. I think this squad has been one of the toughest I've ever had to manage, and the amount of games has been interesting to say the least. Kim Hon with an effort, he just puts it into the side netting, so close to opening the scoring here. But yeah, as I was saying, I think we want to just get it done nice and early, wrapped up, and move on to South America, the other side of the Pacific Pursuit. We've already picked up our two trophies. Obviously picked up the Asian Cup, which was nice in the last week. Here's Fabrizio with a header, and he might be leaving us, but he has gone and scored here in this game. Fabrizio 1-0, and that is a massive goal. If we can just hold out for it, might be on our way to that third trophy. Obviously got the Asian Champions League 2 with the Melbourne victory, and then the Asian Cup with South Korea on first attempt, which was really fun to do actually. And now it's just a case of wrapping up this Champions League, and we couldn't go and get another goal here. It's Vincent Fabrizio, another goal here from this corner. I was trying to say it's cleared, but Ji Sung Yeon will give this chase. His energy levels are dropping. How old is Ji Sung Yeon now? 31 I think maybe. He is 29 years of age there. I think it is a shame we do lose out on him, but his quality maybe not the same as it once used to be. Potentially not. He's kind of I don't know. Maybe it is the reason why he wants to move. He is going to another big club in the Shanghai port, and I think it makes sense for him. But as a South Korean player in arguably what should be the prime point of his career, I don't know why he won't stay. We could have got more out of him, but if his ability is kind of going back a bit, then it does make sense to potentially move him on. It could be a decision by himself as well. That's why he wants to move on, because he knows about his ability and what's happening with it. Anyway, focus on this game here. Lovely ball in behind. Kim Hon 2-0. Simple as that. And that should be the goal. The goal should count, and that should be the goal to secure this win for us here in this game. 60 minutes gone. Is the goal going to stand? It is going to stand, and Kim Hon gets his second of the game. Much better display at home. Maybe just a slow start in that other one, as Barito, Putera were top. They were top for a moment, but now we go back to the top on goal difference. Maybe it was just a brief, just a bit of a bad spell for us in that the first game, and we've been a lot more convincing here in this game against Sydney FC. Not the worst team at all, a very good team who we're facing up against, and we lead them 2-0 here. In this game, they find themselves on the ball, knocking it around the back, taking the time, but can we go and win it back and maybe even get a third goal in this game? We're not filling out the stands, which is really quite annoying, to be honest. We've only got 13,000 in attendance. That is really poor numbers. We need some sort of incentive to attract some fans, particularly for these Champions League games. All important to have the right fans involved and a full stadium to get behind the lads when we're trying to win this competition. Here's Jaebon Lee, wins this ball back. Fabrizio, Jakey Shin, where can he go now? Over the top maybe. He goes into Jaebon Lee, into Ji Sung Yeom, Sung Chul Kim, over to this right side. Garcia now advancing down this right side. Can he play the ball? And he'll look to do so now. He pulls it back to Jaebon Lee. Chen Zheng for 3-0, and that is gets their job done here in this game. Dismantling of the Australian team. Not the first time we've said that. We've done it when we were there. We've done it in the Asian Cup, and we might even go and get a fourth goal here. An absolute demolition job if we can get it. Fabrizio heads well over in the end there. We have a lot of changes, a lot of players who we can bring on. I think we bring I want to bring Park on into the middle there, Jabon Lee off. I think we'll bring Emmanuel Ahmed on there, and then I think we'll stick, I want to bring Kim on off. He's had a good game, but I think Ki Hwan Kim will give him some minutes there on that left side to see what he can do. It looks like Sydney are going to try and come on the attack, but if we can win this ball back high up the field, we can go and turn it over, create something. There's a ball in behind here. Dongwon Lee does well to win that back. It falls back to Melly, who goes back to Jimin Park in the goal. Fabrizio might have looked like a bit of a loose ball then, but it isn't. Fabrizio goes to Garcia now into Ji Sung Yom on this right side. Can he pull it back? He does, into Garcia. Where can he go now? Taking his time. He's been involved in this game, Garcia, but really just patient in this build-up play, and that is what has led to a 3-0 demolishing of this Sydney FC team. Jabon Lee has got space to run into ahead of him. He might go all the way himself. He goes to Ji Sung Yom. Bit of a heavy touch, and he loses out on the ball there, and that's just completely killed the momentum. Probably the reason why, no, it isn't the reason why we're letting him go, but just loses momentum like that. Doesn't take his man out as much, and he's not involved as much. It is really a shame to see. He had a load of those goals at the start of the season, but recently I just don't think it's been there for him as 70 minutes goes in this game. 3-0 up. We're going off for our praise. Much better. We've been so good in this second half. That 15-minute spell there has been, it's been close to perfect, and that's exactly what we need to carry forward into the next games, the next round hopefully, and however far we go, it needs to be it needs to be with us all the way. Here's Sung Chul Kim playing in Park. In behind, it goes to Jakey Shin now. Where can he go? He loses out on the ball, and it's back into the path of a Sydney player. Will it be a consolation goal for them, or will we go and start an attack for our fourth goal of the game? It's into the middle. There's poor defending, really not set up well, and we do. I mean, that's not a good goal to concede once again. Just a lapse in focus, and they do get a goal back here in this game. 90 minutes gone. That should be the game. It is the game wrapped up. 4 minutes of added time, but we need to be a bit more cautious. We can't be defending as poorly as that is. Fabrizio looked like on his side this time, similar to what happened in the last game. So we need to be careful with that. Ahmed tries to play Park in behind. It goes to Melly, back to Ahmed now. Lovely ball over the top for Kim in behind. What a ball it is, first of all, but what a touch it is from Ki Hwan Kim, who's been, by the way, since he's returned, he's been here ages now. How many games has he played since he's returned? He's played just 17. It feels like he's played a lot more than that. He's been here 2 seasons now, or 1.5 seasons, but obviously not the same as how he used to be. He was there when we first needed a striker, but it's nice to have him in this team. And he was a bit of a cult era at the start for us, getting those 23 league goals, I think it was, and it's nice to see him in this team. When he comes on, he always makes an impact. Maybe not in his striker position, but from left winger, he can have a real good influence on the game. The final few moments, the full-time whistle is going to go, and that is a 3-1 win in the Champions League. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you this little tune. Hopefully it's a trophy tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Thank you, alright.